Welcome back to HAPA Time. Wednesday night is HAPA Time, and there is beautiful, handsome Travis Browne. Travis, how is it?
How's it?
How's it? What's going on, man? You're in camp now, obviously,
Yeah.
and you don't do too much talking to the media. So give everybody just a little bit of taste of what's going on, how you feeling, all that stuff.
Man, it's camp time. It's camp life, and I'm just getting after it every day, just busting my butt, just sweating, blood, sweat, and tears, baby.
So
Because
when you walk,
people don't understand in this sport. If you like, people always say blood, sweat, and tears. Man, if you don't have tears coming down your face at times during your camp, you ain't training hard enough. It sucks
so
sometimes.
time out. We have a headline here. Travis Browne is admitting that he cries. Do you cry in the gym? Is that what you're telling us?
Hey, man, there's tears, blood, sweat, and tears, man.
I
Blood,
love
sweat, and
it.
tears.
Hey, no, I know how it is. I know how it is.
Do
So
you? Do you know how it is?
I I got kicked by you before, so I kind of know how it is.
Barely.
Yeah.
20% and you were crying.
Oh, how's it? So listen. You talk about getting in the gym for camp, and this fight is. I think it's safe to say it's on a whole different level for a host of reasons. The biggest being your opponent is going in the gym every day. Does it feel any different when you're preparing for a guy like Kane? Like, is every day more business, or is it just business as usual?
Yeah, I'm a guy that rises to the occasion. You know what I mean? And I'm fighting arguably the most dangerous heavyweight in the heavyweight division right now. Even though he's not holding the belt,
Right.
he's in my mind he's the toughest heavyweight in the division, besides myself. But so every time we go into training, it's time to work. There's no BS. I don't joke around. I'm in a different mindset, and I'm not the easiest guy to be around when I'm in that mindset.
Sure.
When I'm in the mindset of working, and sacrificing everything I sacrificed to be here. It's no joke. You know what I mean? And it's time to it's time to shut up and put up. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
you got Cain Velasquez, who, like you said, is the most dangerous heavyweight. That's arguable, but I happen to agree with you. He's coming after you. When a
yeah.
guy like that is coming after you,
Oh yeah.
I don't know how pleasant I would be to be around either. But the challenge is something that I would imagine has to just be exciting as hell.
Oh yeah. Very much so. And that's what people don't understand. When you're in camp at this level, it consumes you. There's a reason why I'm not around my kids, my family, my friends, and it's because my mind is never stopping.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm constantly thinking about it. When I'm, you know, even just kicking my feet up, resting in between training sessions, it's like my mind is racing, my mind is going, and I'm thinking about every possibility, and I don't rest. Like my just physically I'm resting, but mentally I'm still going, and you got to put in your time with this kind of
So
stuff. Nothing around it.
do you think about, like, I've heard a lot of guys say they actually have gone through the fight mentally 1,000 times in their head. Do you do that personally? Do you go
That's
through the
very
fight?
important. It's
Okay.
very important. Visualizing, being there, visualizing, warming up in the back. There's times that during camp we'll go in a small room like they have, in most arenas, and we'll just put some mats down and get a good warm up, get a good sweat in. Um, half an hour before sparring session, and then I'll walk in the gym, and you have to visualize all of it, and you have to make it happen. That way, when you get there and you're in the moment, it's no surprise.
Right.
And I've been there 1,000 times before, leading up to that fight. So, it's definitely an important piece to it. Being ready physically, but not only physically, but mentally as well, and that's
Sure.
a big part of it.
Talk a little bit about training camps, right? Because you're seeing a little bit of a metamorphosis, a little bit of a change in the UFC landscape with what I believe is needed, and that's guys like you and other people exploring, the all me, the boxing style training camp where the coaches are focused on you, the training partners are focused on you. It's not like, hey, come in at this time and we're all going to spar, and there's 20 UFC fighters. It's all about you. You've had it the other way and you've had it this way. Break it down for us.
I think like those mega gyms, and like the big gyms, like you're saying, with 20 fighters in there, everybody's vying for the coach's time. That's still going strong. But for me, where I lacked, I mean, people have seen my fights. I don't lack in heart. I don't lack in toughness. What I was lacking in is somebody at every single workout. One person at every single workout, watching me, critiquing me, showing me how to do it right. He knows how my body's responding. That coaching can't be replaced, and I needed that. I'm so young in the sport. People don't understand that. 7 years in this sport, 6 years with the UFC. And so I just need coaching. I didn't come from a combat background. I'm not like a specialist, like a boxer that is turning into an MMA fighter or a wrestler turning an MMA fighter. I was a guy that was literally sitting on the couch and wanted to test, my competitive skills, and MMA was the way. So for me, what's really important right now is coaching, and that's what I get. That's why it's all about me. We bring in training partners. It's about me. Guys that specialize in wrestling, specialize, in what my opponent kind of does. Granted, there aren't other people that can put everything together like he can, and that's why, he's one of the toughest guys in the division. But we can break it down. You know what I mean? Like, so we bring in world champion wrestlers, we bring in world champion boxers, we bring in world champion kickboxers, and when you start breaking it down like that, it's tough. And then we start bringing in the MMA guys. And and it starts going, it starts flowing, and then you got to put everything together.
So for you, the camp style of focused on you is a better fit, is what you're saying?
I believe so. For me, yes. Yes.
So I know you got to run, but Stipe took the belt, and we'd be kidding ourselves if we said we weren't paying attention to that. Obviously, you have Kane in front of you. That's where your fight is focused. But what are your thoughts on Stipe taking out Browne like he did?
I wish I would have had that fight back with Browne, because as he was a champion for a reason. He's a good fighter, but there's big holes in his game, and Stipe showed everybody, and we all, to an extent, this sport is so young, we all have holes in our game, and he was just the first one to get to him. So, honestly, and, you're saying like we'd be kidding ourselves if we weren't paying attention. To me, it doesn't matter who the hell is holding that belt. I have a fight in front of me with the toughest heavyweight. Right. So I don't care who's holding that belt right now. I don't care who's holding the belt after I fight Kane. What matters to me is going and getting that belt from whoever has it.
Let me close with this. One thing I saw in Stipe's fight, one thing I'm seeing in every champion's fight, it's the sport's always changing, but he was more relaxed than Fabrizio. That's what got Fabrizio finished. You see this with all the champions. It's like all this movement that used to take place 3 years ago is being replaced by champions moving less and being more
calculated.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the sport's getting more refined as we speak. In the last 5 minutes that we've been speaking, people are developing their skills in a new way. So
right.
This sport has so much room to grow, and we have some guys that are just dominant champions, and they get it. Like a John Jones, like he's not out there dancing around, moving unnecessarily. He's out there, he moves for a purpose, and he's calculated, and he's setting things up. And that's how a lot of these guys do, like Conor McGregor, back when Jose Aldo was the champ. You know, he's still a tough fight for anybody. That 13
Right.
seconds, you know, that happened, but I don't think that's like a good judgment. You know what I mean? Like you can't judge Jose Aldo
No.
on that.
But you look at Luke. Luke doesn't move
Yeah.
much. When he does, he's going to smack you with a kick. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Stipe did not move much at all, and he was at a reach disadvantage. So, you know, that obviously, not obviously, but that makes you, does that make you look at your game and say, okay, shit, man, not only does that allow me to see more, but like if this was a video game, I'm going to have more in my stamina meter.
Oh yeah, very much so, very much so. And that's, you know, you see that even in my last fight. You know, I wasn't, you know, really moving, you know, like Dominic Cruz or something like that. You know, Dominic's he's an anomaly. Yeah, you know what I mean, with how much he moves and how he can stay so active and dominant in the same time. But you know, for me, I need to move a little bit less and be calculated with my movements and be ready for whatever comes at me and be able to counter it.
Awesome. All right, brother. Well, thanks for taking your time. Give us an activate out.
Out.